The notorious ticket peddling service Ticketmaster has never been a fan favorite, and anyone who's ever bought a concert ticket there can attest to why. Preposterous prices, slimy junk fees, and terrible customer service are just a few of its mundane evils. In spite of how universally reviled it is, Ticketmaster has persisted as the king of the box office. But now, it's facing its worst PR nightmare in years, and that's saying something. Why? It made the fatal error of pissing off Taylor Swift fans, or Swifties. Want to hear more? In this video, we're going to show you 10 facts that you need to know about Ticketmaster. We're OnlyBrands, the channel dedicated to bringing you awesome regular content on the world's hottest brands. Let's do this. Number 1. Swift Nightmare. Taylor Swift's Era Tour, which will have her perform at over 50 venues in the US alone, is set to be one of the biggest music events on the planet. Biding their time, her fiercely loyal fan base, probably the largest of any single artist and easily the most vocal online, have been waiting since 2018 for her next headlining tour. So looking to guarantee a spot, many of them signed up for Ticketmaster's Verified Fans program, a system which was supposed to only allow a select amount of around 1.5 million real fans, as opposed to scalper bots, to buy tickets ahead of time. It didn't work. Ticketmaster CEO Michael Rapinoe told The Hollywood Reporter that around 14 million users, some of them bots, rushed to buy pre-sale tickets this week, and it pretty much broke the service. Parts of the website immediately crashed, leaving millions either waiting for hours or suffering through a miserable, glitchy experience, only for some to be told that they couldn't buy a ticket anyway, even though they were verified. In total, Ticketmaster was barraged with 3.5 billion system requests, which is nearly half the population of the Earth and 4 times its previous peak. Even with all the difficulties, it did manage to sell around 2 million tickets, but it's unclear how many of those went to actual verified Swifties and how many went to scalpers. Number 2. Antitrust Investigation. The Justice Department has opened an antitrust investigation into the owner of Ticketmaster, whose sale of Taylor Swift concert tickets descended into chaos. The investigation is focused on whether Live Nation Entertainment has abused its power over the multi-billion-dollar live music industry. That power has been in the spotlight after Ticketmaster's systems crashed while Ms. Swift fans were trying to buy tickets in a pre-sale for her tour, but the investigation predates the botched sale. Number 3. Largest in the US. Ticketmaster Group Incorporated is the largest ticket distribution company in the United States, completely dominating its market niche. The company distributes tickets for more than 4,000 clients, whose even range from professional wrestling matches and rock concerts to Broadway shows and operas. Tickets are sold at more than 3,400 outlets nationwide over the telephone and through the Ticketmaster online city search website, which is run by a publicly traded affiliate of the company. Ticketmaster also has been branching out into international markets, making moves into Australia, Europe, and Latin America. Barry Diller's USA Networks Incorporated owns 100% of the company. By the way, a lot of hard work and care goes into these videos, so if you could help us out and click the subscribe button, we would greatly appreciate it. Number 4. Early years. Ticketmaster was started by 2 Arizona State University students who were looking for a solution to a problem they encountered when buying concert tickets. At the time, the buyer of a ticket was forced to select from the seats that had been allotted to the particular vendor from whom he or she was purchasing the ticket. If the vendor was nearly sold out, the buyer might be forced to buy bad seats even though better seats were available through other ticket sellers. In 1978, the 2 budding entrepreneurs developed a solution to the problem. They created an innovative computer program that networked several computers in such a way that a person buying an event ticket at a box office could quickly select from the total reserve of seats available. Thus, efficient computerized ticket vending was born, and Ticketmaster, the company that sprouted from the student innovation, became one of several small vendors in the late 1970s and early 1980s that pioneered the industry. Number 5. Microsoft suit. On April 28, 1997, Ticketmaster filed suit against Microsoft over the company's practice of deep linking from its website to an inner page of Ticketmaster's site, bypassing the company's homepage and its logo and advertising content. To some users, it could appear that Ticketmaster's page was generated by Microsoft rather than Ticketmaster. The suit was later settled out of court, with Microsoft agreeing to link only to Ticketmaster's homepage. Number 6. Ticket prices. The average price for a popular concert has more than tripled since the mid-90s, vastly outpacing inflation, and that's before the resale market. As the biggest player in the ticket market, Ticketmaster claims that they strive to put fans first and that the people we care about most are the fans. And yet, as anyone who has ever bought from them knows, that's generally not the feeling you get when you're dealing with them. Ticketmaster was already a behemoth in the 90s when Pearl Jam, then one of the biggest bands in the world, tried to take them on. Eddie Vedder and his bandmates certainly made the concert corporation sweat for a time, but since then, it's only grown. In 2010, it merged with Live Nation, once its largest competitor and now Ticketmaster's parent company. Critics like AOC and Sisseline argue that this merger was a blatant violation of antitrust laws. Number 7. Ripoff. Another culprit, its dynamic pricing model, infamously used in other industries like airline tickets and hotels, in which prices are continuously adjusted in real time based on demand. As a result, ticket prices are not made public before a sale begins. In theory, dynamic pricing is meant to make predatory resellers obsolete by keeping prices competitive. But really, it's just a good excuse for Ticketmaster to match its prices with that of the ludicrous resellers and pocket the extra cash. Furthermore, at least one 2018 investigation by CBC found that Ticketmaster was quietly recruiting professional scalpers into its reseller program and turned a blind eye to them using hundreds of fake accounts to sell tickets. That was an especially juicy fact, right? I think that one definitely deserves a thumbs up. Number 8. Springsteen prices. Bruce Springsteen has addressed fan outrage over ticket prices for his forthcoming live tour, arguing that most are totally affordable. When tickets for his 2023 tour first went on sale in July, many were shocked to see that some were priced at $5,000. Shortly after, Ticketmaster responded to the controversy, claiming that the high prices were due to its dynamic pricing program, which responds to the ticket demand. The company increases or decreases prices in line with what others would resell them for, keeping the money in-house for the seller and artist. Speaking to Rolling Stone in an interview published on Friday, November 18th, Springsteen was asked if he knew in advance about the dynamic prices and whether he had any regrets. "What I do is a very simple thing," I tell my guys. "Go out and see what everybody else is doing. Let's charge a little less." At least that's what he answered. Number 9. Homies hate Ticketmaster. The chorus against Ticketmaster's contentious concert pricing practices is growing, numbering among them Zach Bryan and friends. The country music artist dropped a live album, All My Homies Hate Ticketmaster. With it came a statement posted to social media in which he decreed a massive issue with fair ticket prices to live shows lately. "I've decided to play a limited number of headline shows next year, to which I've done all I can to make prices as cheap as possible and prove to people tickets don't have to cost $450 to see a good and honest show." Bryan wrote, cautioning that he didn't have control of ticket prices for festivals he'll play. The statement doesn't mention Ticketmaster by name except in the new album title, though he tagged the company in a separate Instagram post displaying the track listing. A message-seeking comment from Ticketmaster was not immediately returned. Number 10. Cyberattack fine. Ticketmaster received a £1.25 million fine from the UK data regulator for failing to implement security measures to prevent a 2018 cyber attack that exposed millions to potential fraud. The Information Commissioner's Office personnel found that the information and payment details may have been stolen from more than 9 million customers in Europe, including 1.5 million in the UK. The attack on ticket sales and distribution site took place through a chatbot on its online payment page when a hacker used the bot to access customer payment details. At the time, the company said malware on a third-party customer support software was behind the attack. Some 60,000 Barclays Bank customers suffered fraud as a result of the security breach, while Monzo Bank sent out 6,000 replacement cards after suspicions of fraud. We appreciate you sticking around until the end of the video, and we hope you enjoyed. But why stop now? Click these videos for more awesome content.